Hello everybody and welcome to BB&T Field in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Week 10 of the 2019 college football season is here, and for the Deacons to play the Clemson Tigers, they still have not beat them. On paper, Clemson is definitely hands down the favorite, but in college football, anything can and will happen. So, for Wake Forest, they're going to have to play true to Wayne Haynes. In the backfield, they're going to play true to probably their tight end, J.D. Horton. Richie Miles is going to have to make some decisions, very quick decisions at that, and it should be a very interesting game. For the Tigers, Chris Bailey, the quarterback, he can run, although he's not known for it. He majority of the time passes, about 80%. He'll pass 20%, he'll run. For the halfback, well, for Clemson, he's a monster. Wake Forest has not seen him at all. This will be their first meeting against him. So with that said, welcome to BB&T Field, welcome to Week 10, and the 18 Clemson Tigers look forward to the unranked Wake Forest Deacons. We'll pick things up. Wake Forest lost the coin toss, but Clemson decided to defer, so they'll get ball second half. And Wayne Haynes will start us off about 2 yards deep in the end zone, and Haynes takes it to the 18-yard line. And that's where the Deacons will set up shop for this game. First play from scrimmage, it'll be I formation for the Deacons, Miles and Haynes. And Miles already having to make some of those decisions we were talking about pregame, and he throws it away. Smart decision. 0 for 1, now 2nd and 10. Miles, dump off to Horton. One of your guys you have to play true to. Him, Haynes, and then Miles' legs. That's the third part of that. 3rd and 5, quickly 3rd down here. Not even 1 minute into the game yet, and the Deacons are already facing adversity. Miles looking, and he's gonna go down. Pressure up the middle from Clemson's Brian Ferguson, and that is the first 3 and out of today's ball game. Now Clemson's time with the ball, 8 minutes 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's Casey Lowe, the big time receiver for the Tigers. Now it's gonna be I formation, and that's Jason Coles, the running back, now receiver. And Jason Coles, you're going to see more of him. You're definitely going to see more of him. However, right here, Jason Coles, -2 on the rush. Jonathan Franklin for the Deacons, right there to meet him in the backfield. 3rd and 3 now, looks like a run formation. That's exactly what it is. DJ Slaughter slaughters the Deacons D-line and linebacking core. He gets a first down. Man in motion is Williams for Clemson. Handoff to Slaughter, who's still in the game, and he loses 1. 2nd and 11 now. 6 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Chris Bailey looks, finds his man. That is Reed, and Austin Reed, 9 yards, brings up a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, short yardage. It's going to be a QB keeper, and Chris Bailey's going nowhere. That is a stop for the Deacons, and it brings out 4th and 3. They do not decide to go for a long field goal, so they punt. Wake Forest ends up getting a field goal out of Adam King's 27-yarder, and now it's Clemson ball, and this is Jason Coles breaking off 15 yards and a new set of chains. 4 rushes, 25 yards already for Coles, 1 minute to go in the first. Chris Bailey looking for his receiver, Patrick Johnson, another big name in this Clemson offense from last year. And he has a 3rd and 1 coming up. Now man in motion for Clemson again. They like to run no huddle. That is Johnson in motion. Another quarterback keeper. This time pitches it to Coles. Coles has room in the open field. And that is a big first down for Clemson. However, Jason Coles is down. His return is questionable. After 1 from BB&T Field, 3-0 Deacons on top. Seems like that's been the story most of this year. 3rd and 4, they need to just hold out on defense. 3rd and 4, first play from the second quarter here, inside Deacon territory from about their 34. Chris Bailey finding Craig Mason. Not a big name, not a big time receiver, and certainly not a name you would trust if you're Clemson. But he makes the catch there. That brings up Casey Lowe, the receiver, and that is a 1st and goal for Clemson from the 3-yard line of the Deacons. Hand off to DJ Slaughter. He will go in untouched, and the Tigers are out in front. Pending a PAT, they go up 6-3. PAT is good, and it's 7-3. Studio update. NC State, North Carolina from Chapel Hill, just down the road here. 28-0 Wolfpack. We'll keep an eye on that game, but right now, looks like the Wolfpack have gotten that win. Haynes now for the Deacons on 1st and 10, 5-yard rush. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and that will bring up now a 2nd and 5. Miles looking, finds Horton again. Horton this time has the 1st down, and J.D. Horton picks up 8 there on the reception. 2nd and 12, under 5 minutes to go in the first half here from BB&T. Miles, 5-step draw, now 7, he gets sacked, it's a loose, ball's picked up by Clemson, and the Deacons have their first turnover of the ball game, courtesy of Richie Miles and the rain. Pressure came from the middle, and Richie Miles just dropped the ball a little too early. So Clemson takes over. This is Johnson, Patrick Johnson, 12 yards for Clemson, and that brings up a 1st and 10. 5 yards later, man in motion's DJ Slaughter. It's going to be a run to the right. However, it's going to be no run for positive yards. Jason Cole's down for -3. 3rd and 8, 3:50 to go before half. Deacons need to stop. Chris Bailey finds Coles, but Coles will not find the 1st down. Good play there by the linebacking crew and Jonathan Franklin and company. Long field goal, about 46 yards for the Clemson kicker. This one, though, right down the pipes. Clemson takes a 10-3 lead, 3:22 to go in the first half. That was a very long kick, something Adam King certainly could not do. But for Clemson, you have a young kid with a good leg. You can hit those 10 out of 10. 1st and 10, 10-3 Clemson. Haynes, handoff, he will only get 3. That will bring up a 2nd and 7. So from 2nd and 7 from their own 20-yard line, they need a score on this drive or to at least get past midfield to give themselves a shot. Horton, 2nd and 7, drops it. He had room in the open field ahead of him. I don't think he would have got caught. He could have gone in the house, but he drops it nonetheless. It's 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, Miles. He's going to pay again. Sack number 2. Chambers, fumble recovery number 2. And the Tigers take over at the Deacon 11-yard line. This time it is Ferguson up the middle and Chambers to recover again. 3rd and 13, Bailey, he doesn't care if you have triple coverage. He is going to fit it in that window. Brandon Harris, touchdown Tigers, and the 18 Clemson Tigers will look like the 18 Clemson Tigers today. 17-3 over Wake Forest. Back to Chapel Hill, this game all but over for the Tar Heels, who come in 6th in the country. 31-0 Wolfpack. That is going to be a huge upset. At halftime, 17-3, Clemson on top. Second half adjustments, we say it every week. What do we need to see from the boys in old gold and black? Well, first things first, Richie Miles and that O-line. The O-line needs to do a very, very better job of protecting Richie Miles. Miles could throw these balls away, but it would be intentional grounding. He has no room to scramble and throw away, so comes back to the O-line to do a better job. Wayne Haynes hasn't really gotten a lot of touches, under 15 carries in the first half. Something you don't see out of him very often, but Clemson always seems to have his number whenever these two teams match up. And otherwise, it's pretty much Wake Forest. Time of possession, they're up about 5 minutes. Pass yards, they're up about 20. And again, the only difference, the 2 turnovers courtesy of Richie Miles fumbles and Wayne Haynes and all the sacks lead to -30. So now second half action, 4.5 minutes to go in the third. No scores yet. We show punts. Why? Because they need to be good and they need to carry momentum. And guess what? That's a good punt, and that will land Clemson inside their own 10. So they start from their own 10. They quickly drive to their own 37. Hand off to Coles, and Coles is still going nowhere. The D line for Wake Forest coming in big this game. Take away the 2 fumbles, you have yourself still a 7-3 or 10-3 ball game. Chris Bailey now 2nd and 11 looking. That one is intercepted. Never saw Eric Byers, and Byers beware, taking it to the house. Touchdown Deacons. He never saw him in the secondary, and Byers, the interception leader for Wake Forest, and threatening for the ACC interception lead, if not already having it, adds another one to his mark. He had open field, and no one was catching him, even if he had to return that 100 yards. Studio update, North Carolina, they end up scoring 2 touchdowns, but unfortunately, that's going to be the final on your screen right now, even though there's 2 minutes left in the game. The Wolfpack walk into Chapel Hill, they win 31-14. How about the last 5 drives for Clemson football? Punt, field goal, touchdown, punt, interception. Only 10 points, and again, one of those was off a Richie Miles fumble inside their own 15. So, Clemson going to have to pick things up. They feel threatened. That's a good start. Chris Bailey, you want to see that out of him. There's the 20% rush. When he needs to, he definitely will run. He picks up a first down, but Todd Mullins last week, he made a great interception. Do it again this week. His name is becoming a staple in the secondary for the Deacons, opposite field of Eric Byers, and that one leads to this. Unfortunately, Richie Miles would unfortunately return the favor. Looking at tunnel vision for his tight end, J.D. Horton, and this one's intercepted by Clemson. So, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And that's exactly what happened to Richie Miles. So at the end of 3, it's 17-10 Clemson. However, the Deacons are very well still in the ball game. They just need to score a stop. Hopefully, a stop and a touchdown. So, Deacons get ball back, and things get worse. Wayne Haynes, coming 5th into the Heisman in this game, he goes down. He's out for the game with a mild concussion. You're seeing Roderick Elliott and A.J. Pollock for the rest of this game. Ryan Caldwell, 18-yard catch. That's a first down. And guess what? He's going to have a first down. I formation, Richie Miles. Looking for Anthony Johnson, first down. That is moving the ball very well. 13 yards, 17-10 Clemson, but Wake Forest threatening. 2nd and 6, 7 minutes to go. Miles open to Matt Burns, middle of the field. 12 yards, they're moving in chunks, and that's what they like to see. 7:20 now. 4-3 on the play clock. They get the ball off. Roderick Elliott going nowhere. 2nd and 11. -1 on the rush. There's the injury update on Wayne Haynes. Mild concussion, we already covered, out for the game. Shotgun formation, Elliott to Miles' left. Miles looking, he has a touchdown. Anthony Johnson, that ball had to be put where it had to be put. A very, very precise bullet. Clemson almost had a second INT. Give credit to the pass in the rain. That was a hard one. This game's tied. How about another interesting news? Iowa, Penn State, the Nittany Lions upset the #1 Iowa Hawkeyes in Penn State 23-17. That is definitely going to shake some things up. Virginia Tech, Boston College, ACC matchup, because it's division time, it's conference time here in college football. 24-3 Hokies over the Eagles. No one probably expected anything different. 4:47, Clemson does take a field goal, but Deacons, they have 4:47 to do something. Whether it's a touchdown, whether it's a field goal, whether it's an interception, they have 4 minutes to do something. However, they know this team is too good to not give up anything else, so they're going to go for a touchdown, and then they're going to go for the win. Miles, looking, 2nd and 10, finds Matt Burns. That was a good progression on his reads, and he has a first down. Big first down after 2nd and 11. 3.5 minutes left. It's a 3-point game. Near midfield, just on the 49 of Wake Forest. Toss to Elliott to his right. He is going nowhere, though, and that brings up a 3rd and 4. They are in the moment now where if it's 4th and 1 or closer, they will go for it. Maybe 4th and 2. The only reason we say that, this play right here, Matt Burns catches it, but only for 3. He needs 4. So on 4th and inches, this could be your ball game. Deacons only have 2 timeouts. Those could hurt them if they don't convert here. Hand off to Elliott. He cuts left. He's got a first down. New set of chains. New set of hopes for the Deacon faithful. 1:50 to go on the Clemson 45. Miles looking. Anthony Johnson up the middle. He's been the biggest player so far. Give him 12 more yards. So far, he's closing in on 70 yards receiving. Miles looking. He throws to Johnson again, 6 yards. Miles, 21 for 29, over 200 yards now. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Miles, again looking, finding Johnson, and this time it's another touchdown. 27-yard touchdown from Johnson, and it's just like his first one. That is a tight pass, and we actually were wrong. Richie Miles only had 1 touchdown before that, but we predict the future, and the Deacons have the lead. Right now, you're as even as you're going to get between these 2 teams. 36 seconds left. This is the ball game. This drive. 1st and 10, first play of the drive. Chris Bailey out of bounds, no harm done. 3 seconds off the clock, though. 2nd and 10, Bailey looking. Has a man in Johnson of their own, Patrick Johnson. Big name, hasn't been called much on the second half. 1st and 10, 25 seconds. Bailey throws it away, even though he had a man open down about 3 yards down the field to the halfback. 2nd and 10, Bailey finds Holly. And Holly, first time calling his name today. David Holly looking jolly, really, for Clemson. However, they cannot predict what comes next. Why would you run it, Clemson? They run it 4 seconds. They spike the ball with 1 second, but they had a timeout. They ran the ball. They could have got 2 plays off in that time, and now it comes down to this. 1 final play, and Chris Bailey gets no time to throw. Kind of a little karma for running the ball on inside the final minute, really, with 1 timeout left. So for the first time ever, Wake Forest defeats Clemson. Anthony Johnson, 2 touchdowns, 70 yards, 5 catches. He's your player of the game. I believe that's the first time a player besides Richie Miles or Wayne Haynes has gotten player of the game in this year. So, 2019 might be the year. They beat Clemson. They beat another top 25 team. More importantly, it's their 5th win on the year. 1 more, and they're bowl bound for the 4th consecutive year, I believe. I believe it's the 4th. We'll see you next week. Take care.